like me, which I assume you are since you're watching my videos and reading my blog posts, you've probably spent a lot of time thinking about intuition. And maybe you have really wanted to be someone who receives intuition and acts on it. And that's me for sure. I spent the last year in a program that was all about intuition and spiritual guidance and acting on it. And I would say that I left that program better able to receive or to recognize intuitive guidance and better able to trust it and take action on it, but not where I'd like to be. I mean, maybe 50% of the time, if I'm lucky, that's what I'm doing. And so I've just spent a lot of time trying to figure out, how do I trust? And how do I take action on this intuition when I think I'm getting an intuitive hit? And last week, my new coach gave me an assignment and said, Nina, I want you to carry around a little notebook, and I want you to make note of all the times when you trust your intuition and act on it. Because what I said to him was, I'm not trusting it. I think I receive it. I question it sometimes whether I'm really receiving intuitive guidance, but most of the time I know that I'm getting the guidance, that I'm getting the intuitive hit, but I don't act on it. And it's because I don't trust. I don't trust that that's really intuition. I don't trust that if I take action on the intuition that I will get a positive result. And so he gave me this assignment. So I think before you can trust your intuition, you have to understand it. And, I've done some research. I don't have any notes in front of me today, but, intuition is basically that gut reaction, that feeling or knowing about something that has no logic to it, no reasoning, right? And so when your brain isn't involved in the reasoning, then it's like you just know, you just know something, right? Or you just feel something like that this is the thing you need to do or should do, right? But for me, there's that moment of, okay, maybe I got an intuitive hit. Maybe that really is what it is. And it's telling me that I should pick up the phone and call someone, or I should do something. And I don't always do it. There is that lack of trust that I will get that result that I want. And so I want to talk mostly about that. How do we develop that trust? And it is kind of like a muscle that you have to exercise, right? And that's the assignment I was given, was to see how often I exercise that muscle. But it reminds me a lot, following your intuitive guidance reminds me a lot of doing a trust fall. And long ago in Taos, New Mexico, during the Warrior's Wisdom with the late Stuart Wilde, we had to do what's called a trust fall, where you stand up on a big log and you're standing up there on the log and your stump, I guess I would call it, tree stump. And there are people down below and their arms are all interlocked. And when you drop backwards without seeing them, I mean, you're there, they're there, but you drop backwards and they're supposed to catch you. And I feel like trusting your intuition is like a trust fall. And it's like you're trusting the universe to have your back, right? To be there to catch you. But really what it is it's you're trusting yourself, the spiritual part of you, your soul, to be there and catch you. And part of this whole intuition thing is knowing that, so we can talk about intuition, I'm going to backtrack. We can talk about intuition as being that, that intuitive hit, that knowing, that sense that you should do something that has no reason or logic behind it, right? But really what I think intuition is your soul talking to you. It's the language of your soul. And your soul is a part of the divine, of God, of creator, of source. It's a spark of the Creator, right? And so that is within you all the time. And so actually you have this direct line to your soul or to God. Soul you could see as your intermediary between you and God, but it's part of God. So really, if your soul is talking to you, it's God talking to you. And if you don't trust what you're being told, then it's like saying you don't trust your soul, you don't trust God, you don't trust the spiritual guidance that you're getting. So I think that we have to, at least for myself, I feel like I need to spend more time listening to the messages from my soul and acting on them, because I don't want to tell my soul or God that I don't trust the guidance that's offered to me. And the fact is that the more often you take action on your intuitive hits, the more intuition you're going to have, the more messages you're going to receive, the more, and you're going to trust more. You're going to receive more messages, you're going to trust them more, you're going to take more action, and that's when the miracles are really going to happen, right? So I want to give you the same assignment that my coach gave me, to keep track of when you get an intuitive hit and you actually act on it. And I'm going to add to that and say, what's the result you get, right? And that's, again, where the trust comes, that the result will be okay. And even if it's not, that you will be caught. You will be caught and held by your soul and by Creator, and it will all be okay. It will be okay. So join me in this homework assignment and leave me comments down below to tell me what happens when you trust your intuition, right? What miracles happen for you, or what are your results when you trust your intuition? So I've written much more about this topic in my blog post, which you can find on ninaamir.com. And you can comment there or comment here on YouTube. Anyway, that's it for today. I am Nina Amir, the Inspiration to Creation Coach. I am a transformational coach. I often call myself an intuitive transformational coach. I get a lot of intuitive hits for other people. I'm a certified high performance coach. I combine personal and spiritual growth together to help you step into being the kind of person who can do the things that help you create the life that you want. And that's one of the things that I think we're afraid of in terms of stepping into, really receiving our intuition and acting on it, is the power that's in that. I think we're afraid of who we will become, or who we'll realize we are, and how other people will react to us, and how our lives will change, and all of that, because we are powerful creators. We're creating all the time. Just most of the time we're creating things we don't want, and we're not creating in alignment with our soul's guidance. So if you're interested in creating in alignment with your soul's guidance, which I think results in living a life that feeds your soul, you could say just a soul-aligned life, click on the link above for the Inspired Creator Community. That's where I offer transformational coaching, personal and spiritual growth, and help you step into being a creator by being your best self, by being the person who can receive that intuition and take action on it and create what you desire. So if that's of interest, click above. And until I talk to you next time, go out there and achieve more inspired results.